My name's Clark Gilman, and I'm running for re-election to the Olympia City Council, and I'm hoping to gain your support. Somebody asked me this weekend whether I'm running on global issues or local issues, and I'll be clear that I have advocated for peacemaking and social justice for my entire life and career, and I'll continue to spend time on that. But I spend 90% of my time on Olympia City Council working to maintain and enhance city services that directly benefit people who live in this town. So I'm a 62-year-old homeowner. I've mowed this lawn since 1996. We raised our kids in this house. We have a mother-in-law apartment, an accessory dwelling unit on the property. I understand the issues that are in front of homeowners, and I understand the issues that are in front of people heading towards retirement and trying to figure out what makes sense for housing. And I understand and I believe that there's a housing crisis, and I'm willing to work to increase housing supply, but I'm not willing to deregulate housing or to offer corporate welfare to developers to try to achieve that housing supply. I believe the problem is a global problem, and that our local levers we have to pull are limited, and that our local efforts are better spent trying to enact measures like the permanent supportive housing funded through the Housing Fund, like the utility assistance for low-income households, those kinds of measures that help to stabilize folks here. And I think the same is true for tenant protections and trying to ensure the safety of rental housing. That those are important ways to try to take care of the people who are here. Equally important is taking care of people who are in my situation, who own a home, who've lived here a long time. And that perspective is why I've stood alone on issues like the multifamily tax exemption, the removal of parking requirements from single-family neighborhoods, the West Bay Yards development agreement, or the Regional Fire Authority. Because we aren't going to deregulate or corporate welfare our way out of the housing crisis, the increase in rents and housing prices here in town, or the relative scarcity of housing here in town. Homeowners are not the cause of the crisis, nor are homeowners the roadblock to progress. If we plan our changes, if we plan for development, if we plan for growth in a way that's intentional and respectful of the people who already live here, and in a way that actually involves the people who live here in making the decisions, I believe we'll go both further and faster. The housing crisis is not a local issue, it's a global issue, and any local actions that we take to try to address this housing crisis need to make sense to the community here in Olympia and need to provide specific benefits to the community here in Olympia. Again, my name's Clark Gilman, and I hope you'll consider supporting me in my bid for re-election to Olympia City Council.